Collector Corral here with Gem Minted, and today we have 3 beautiful slabs for us to review. These beautiful slabs are coming out of CGC, and if you already see the gold borders on top with the QR code, nothing but pristine, right? And of course, we are exploring the Japanese Pokemon, which we can tell from the back sides of these cards, and I'm super excited to get us started. So usually I begin from right to left, but today we're going to switch things up and I will be beginning from left to right. And the first Pokemon we're going to start off is one of our favorites, one of the classics. And with that being said, this beautiful Squirtle in a pristine 10 from CGC is also from the classic collection that we reviewed last week with the Bulbasaur evolution. So since we are continuing with that trend, I will be guarding this beautiful card in a pristine 10 with a beautiful CGC graded guard for us to protect. So reason for this is because I have shared in the past, right, that we need to protect our slabs. So prior to returning back to graded guard, I did use some bumpers on some Lorcana slabs that I had. We all know that did not turn out well. Those bumpers, I don't know what brand they were, but I'm definitely not going to use them again. So look at that beautiful graded guard on that beautiful pristine 10 Squirtle, and it's just reminiscent, throwback, nostalgic, but yet new in its own way, right? And of course, always have the graded guard on the top left hand side. I forgot to bring some honorable mentions for this video, but I should have brought the OG print of this card from the first edition. I think I have 1 or 2 Squirtles, but I know I have base set for sure. Just didn't know why I didn't bring them out, and now that I'm in the middle of this video, I just came up with that. But if we do have Squirtle on the left hand side, then we must have War Turtle in the middle. So again, pristine 10 from the classic collection, Japanese. Beautiful golden border, matches really well with the golden pristine 10 on the top right of this beautiful CGC graded card. Again, another graded guard for us, CGC. Instructions. I did receive a comment the other day sharing that the art side should be going in. That's not the case. Make sure you secure the card well, as you can see in this picture frame here. Essentially, let's just pretend that's a PSA slab, right? But of course it could be any slab, like in this example, PSA CGC with the top grade. That should be facing towards us. So whenever we are installing the slabs, it needs to go this way. There's a section here on all corners, all ends, where your slab essentially is going to fit perfectly into that edge, that wedge right there. And that will protect it when you're placing it face down or when you're stacking it on top of each other, to ensure that the slab doesn't get scratched up. You could always buy the protective plastic film that graded guard has. I'm not there yet. I'm not sponsored by them either, so I'm just sticking with the guards for right now, and then maybe down the line I might acquire some just to fully protect the card. But yeah, for inserting purposes, whew, I love that snap. That's the way it should go. So please do not put them facing down. I thought that was the case as well when I first started, but after reviewing and watching videos, that's not the case. I think I heard it could damage your slab, so just please make sure you insert it this way. And of course, we have our, wow, beautiful card. So, first line, second line, we have no other than big boy himself, Blastoise in a pristine 10 CGC Classic Collection. Beautiful. I know I shared this before, but just that hollow pattern is just amazing. Just so beautiful. Wow. Total nerd here, admiring the artwork. Just takes me back to when things were more simpler, right? That snap. Beautiful. Wow. Yeah, just having these slabs guarded up and graded in a pristine 10 is amazing. I do have the Bulbasaur collection already graded, so just to add these 3 beautiful slabs to it is one of a kind, wonderful. I essentially wanted to go with the pristine 10 because at first, you know, I didn't know much about the classic collection, but once I did my research and I watched other people opening up, you know, the classic collection and all that good stuff, the Japanese version to be specific, it had that beautiful golden border. And at the same time that I discovered the classic collection Japanese was around the same time that I discovered essentially when I got into graded slabs. So that's kind of dating when I got into the slab game and just build up my own personal collection during that time before, you know, essentially just throwing it out there on social media and of course going to vendor events. So when I saw those 2 things, I was like, you know what, like that's OP'd. Like the pristine 10 with that golden border and the beautiful classic collection slabs or cards within themselves, like with the golden border and the golden holographic pattern that's going on, it's like it was just meant for each other, right? And in my eyes, I was like, okay, that's gonna be my personal collection goal, is to acquire all 3 evolutions, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander, in essentially pristine 10 from the classic collection. Fortunately, during that time, I mean those cards were still a little bit more pricier than like the English cards, just because of the exclusivity from the golden borders. But the market wasn't as crazy as it was like when we saw during, you know, from Surging Sparks through like essentially mid-October of 2025, which made it a little bit easier for me to collect the cards. Still had to drop some money on it, and with that being said, I do want to protect them, just because everything that we purchase, that we buy, that we invest, essentially can be either scratched, damaged, especially when it comes to the card game. And I don't want that. You know, I want my purchases, my collection, my investments, the art to go as far as it can. And I highly recommend for you to grade your guards, grade your slabs. I already had a slab that was shipped to me, essentially, you know, scratched up, maybe even chipped. Didn't even really see it that well. And I'm referring back to that PSA 10 Pikachu from the 25th anniversary. And just seeing that really broke my heart. You can say that, because, you know, I poured money into it, time, and for it to receive it as messed up as it did, it was just a wake-up call for me. On the bright side though, and that's a learning experience that I want you guys to learn. Because I received it like that, I essentially told myself, I don't want any other slab to go down the way this slab did. So it kind of put fire under my feet to protect my slabs, and in a good way, you know. I didn't have any protection before. The only protection was, and I'm really glad that I have it here actually, were just like these PSA plastic wrappers. And I mean, let's compare this material here. I mean, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. It's always nice to have that logo. But come on now. Like, night and day, guys. Night and day. And as you've seen me, I've stacked these up, unstacked them, and I can just keep on stacking them and stack them with other ones that are PSA and stand them up, and they're good. And it's a little bit risen here, so you know, if you do put them face down, your slab is not in directly contact with your desk, floor, carpet, bed, whatever that may look like. So yeah, just protect your slabs. Don't get the bumpers. The bumpers sucked. I don't know what brand they are. If you have bumpers that you recommend, please let me know, because I do have other slabs that, you know, at this time I can't just buy graded guards for everything, so I wouldn't mind just putting some sort of bumper protection on it. But please make sure they work. Please make sure they're good, because what I did like 2-3 videos ago trying to put those bumpers on was horrible. That video took longer than it was supposed to. I know I'm ranting now, but that video was just bad, right? I essentially made reels and shorts making fun of myself because it was that bad. So yeah, that advice of the day: guard your investments, protect them, protect your art, protect your collection. You will thank me down the road. Be wise, learn from what I've been through, and gem mint it out. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, and morning.